Cowboys Nation and YouTubers? It's that VA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting down below. I make these videos for me and you, and they're a little therapeutic. So, I didn't want to keep bringing it up about the La'el Collins thing because it's just perplexing, it's confusing, it doesn't make any sense. I saw a little bit of Law Nation's live stream today, and he perfectly encapsulates a lot of stuff where I saw the report and it didn't make sense to me. From I think March of 2020 to August of 2021, La'el Collins' lawyers state that he was drug tested 10 times a month. 10 times a month. So, with that being said, you missed 7. For about a year and a half, you've missed all of 7 drug tests, or didn't cooperate for 7. And somebody did the math and they were like, it's only 4%. 4% of all those times you were getting drug tested, you missed, and that constitutes a 5-game suspension? This is where it just doesn't smell right, and it smells like Goodell and them are just fishing for something just to piss off Cowboy fans because of who he is and who he plays for. Because something don't add up. I get it. There's probably a reason why they're trying to drug test him 10 times a month, but that's overkill for anybody. That's too much. I don't know why they're even doing that unless they're really fishing to get him for something. And then when he misses only 4% of those hundreds of tests, hey, you suspend him for 5 fucking games? Something just doesn't add up. So take that as you will. But in response to that, the Cowboys had quite a few options to go at right tackle in case something like this happened. They had the option of moving Zach Martin out to right tackle and keeping Connor McGovern in at right guard. From what I've heard, Zach Martin did not like the idea of going back out to right tackle because that was the position where he was when he injured himself last year. So he's not too keen on going back to that position at all. So that was pretty much out the door as soon as it was suggested. We have the option of putting Ty Nsekhe with more experience than the others out there and see how he has fared. Or you have the option of Terrence Steele, who was out there thrown into the fire last season, and he played like shit in the beginning, but you know, slowly grew into it as the season wore on. Unfortunately, the options wasn't that great outside of Martin, simply because of the fact that neither one showed any kind of promise in preseason or training camp. I know I didn't see it in those preseason games. They all looked horrible, but that's just my opinion and my eyeball test. I could be wrong. Maybe the scouts and coaches saw something different in practices every day, but on the field, without other talent around them, they could not play. So we'll have to see if anything changes, because as of right now, it's reported that they will go with Terrence Steele at right tackle. Now, I get it, because he played the most there last year. They think they gives him a leg up, and they have been switching Ty, Steele, and Brandon Knight back and forth between left tackle and right tackle just in case. I know at one point, and I think it's still true to today, that Brandon Knight is actually backing up the guard positions. He's not practicing as a tackle. So it is only between Nasecki and Steele. So we have to trust the coaches. I know one thing: if one of them struggles mightily against Joey Bosa, you might as well just go ahead and kick the other one out there. And if that one's going to struggle, you're just going to have to switch them all up in game on the fly. Because if you watch the Washington game, Joey Bosa wrecked their right tackle. I think he's a rookie, I do believe, or he's only got 1 or 2 years experience, and it showed. Joey Bosa was wrecking him all game. And if we want to have a win in their stadium, we're going to need our right tackle to protect that blind side. So we'll see. I mean, because he's right-handed, Dak's going to have the option to see him coming at him. So we'll have to see. I don't want to keep having Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott in to provide blocks all game like last game if they can be utilized in other areas. You know what I mean? So we're going to have to see how the game flows, okay? Let's see. And of course, as I reported yesterday, Cowboys re-signed the kicker Lyrum, I don't want to butcher his last name, from the preseason as insurance. As Stephen Jones gave Greg Zuerlein the dreaded vote of confidence, and so did Bones Fossil, it's still obvious he just wasn't up to snuff after taking very little practice reps in training camp and, just trotting out there like everything was hunky-dory. He can't struggle again or he's gone. Also, the vote of confidence from Dan Quinn saying Anthony Brown did well, and that I think with the coverage everybody's mad at is that they said it was trailing coverage. What the fuck is trailing coverage? Trailing coverage means you're already beat and you're trailing. Why would you even suggest that's a coverage? That means he just got beat and there's no way to catch up. There is no trailing coverage. You're already done. You might as well just stop running. Just makes no sense sometimes with these coaches trusting these players way too much just because, he's been in the league, he's shown that he can do. No, he hasn't. He hasn't shown that he can play outside or inside in all the years he's been on this team. That's why I have consecutively kept calling to cut him, because he cannot play. If he's not getting burned, he is enacting penalties because he's grabbing all the time. So I don't know. All we did was give them a blueprint to go after one side of the field all season long. And this is exactly what happened when Byron Jones was here. Nobody wanted to throw at Byron Jones because Cheeto was vulnerable, and they kept attacking Cheeto. And you saw he couldn't get his head around to make plays, so they just kept throwing at him. And it was successful. So I don't know. Coaching staff, please figure something out. Don't be stuck in the mud and like a turtle, just stick it in your shell and don't see shit for what it is. If people are horrible and can't play, just go ahead and give these other players a try. Stop acting like, he's a rookie, he's not ready. I don't give a fuck if he's not ready. Put him out there. Trayvon Diggs and CeeDee Lamb weren't ready, and you trotted their asses out there last year with no training. And what happened? They became two of your best weapons on offense and defense. Gee, what a concept. You played somebody that wasn't ready over established starters, and you got yourself starters. The idea that somebody may actually be good that you drafted. The odds. Oh my God. This fucking team. This is the same thing about Jason Witten. Y'all drafted so many tight ends after Witten, but you would never play him because y'all would never let Jason Witten come off the field. Well, then how do you ever know what you got if you never played them? It's just a waste of time. Don't get drafted to Dallas after the second round because they're never going to play you unless they have to by injury, because they're just very reluctant to ever play certain players. I don't know why they gotta stick up their butts and just never want to, or what the deal is. But you're never going to be a successful team if you never know what the hell your team can actually do. There's only so much you can see in a practice. But anyway, I'm done with that rant. That's all I wanted to talk about today. I hope you guys have a good day. Take care. Stay safe. VA Dallas Cowboy fan, out.